What stupid myth do too many people believe?
Shaving makes your hair grow back thicker.
Despite what many people think, Albert Einstein never failed math. The confusion likely comes from the grading system, but this myth has been around for a long time and used by people as a sort of motivation. When he was shown a clipping from Ripley's Believe It or Not, where that myth originated, he responded, "I never failed in mathematics. Before I was 15 I had mastered differential and integral calculus." Source: http://article/article/0,28804,1936731_score1936743_score19367430_score193675.8.html.
That human beings only use 10% of their brain.
The most annoying one to me is the idea that in America you pay the percent from your highest tax bracket on the whole of your income. I've had people brag to me about how they know to clock out early on certain days so that they don't make enough to go up a tax bracket, as if you would make less money by making more money.
If birds eat rice their stomachs explode. This was started by the church because people were slipping on the rice and getting hurt.
People think that if you ask an undercover cop is they are an undercover cop, they have to tell the truth. An undercover cop does not have to reveal that they are a cop, even if the person asks.
Too many people believe that porcupines can shoot their quills when they actually have to jab you with their quills.
That you have to wait an hour after eating to swim.
That companies value your hard work when you consistently go above and beyond. If you put in 100% effort all the time, congrats. That's your baseline.
That being a mother automatically makes you a medical doctor, professional therapist, and all-around better person because you have children.
Higher octane fuel is better for your car. Unless it was designed for it, there is literally zero benefit.
That sugar makes you act a fool. How many kids out here bouncing off the walls because of the placebo effect?
Astrology. The amount of people I know that legitimately believe in astrology is mind-blowing. Not a single one of them can explain how it works either, other than well a few times it was right, and it was right for my friend too, and she met her husband who's a Libra and they are perfect for each other. So there. Listen, people can believe in whatever they want. I don't necessarily think that astrology is any crazier than popular religions. But it just feels so obviously made up. I mean, I'm an atheist, but I will concede that there could be a God. I can't rule that possibility out however small I feel it may be. But I feel like it is far more likely for there to be a God, than for the relative position of stars and planets in the month that I was born to have a profound and life-altering effect on my personality.
If you earn more and it pushes you into the next tax bracket, you can end up making less money.
There is absolutely no causative link. http://www.cancer.org/cancer/cancer causes/other carcinogens/aspartame between aspartame and cancer. In fact, there's more of a link between refined sugar and cancer. http://www.moclinic.org/diseases/conditions/cancer/in-depth/cancer causes/art2044714 PG=2. You can suck venom out of a snake bite.
That you catch a cold because of the cold. The cold is a virus. You catch it if you get in contact with the virus.
Vaccines cause autism. That doctor was paid off by an anti-vax group to falsify the study and lost his license shortly after publishing. That study is not accurate at all and a huge insult to autistic children.
You don't need to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. If you sincerely think someone is missing, then report it. The faster that a missing person report is filed, the better chance there is that the person will be found. This is especially crucial when it comes to missing children.
That people in the past got married and had children in their early teens. Historically speaking, most girls wouldn't enter puberty until the mid to late teens. For example, in 1850s Britain, the average girl started puberty at 16. In Norway during the same period, the average age of puberty onset was 18. Even outside of that biological requirement, there was almost always an economic side to marriage and childbirth as well. For much of recorded history, most people got married and had children in their late teens or even the early to mid-20s. It has to be my least favorite historical myth, right up there with medieval people didn't drink water. It's ignorance of biology at best, and an attempted excuse for child molestation at worst.
That the world owes you because you are a nice person.
That giving your money to a preacher to recover from illness actually works.
That everything will magically turn out okay. I know a guy that makes about $11 per hour and has 3 kids. He turns down better paying jobs, doesn't plan for the future at all. Always had a big list of material things that he wanted out of life, has done nothing to make it happen. That blood is blue in your veins but turns red when exposed to the air. Total bullshit. Blood is always red, it just goes from dark crimson to bright, almost pink depending on how much oxygen is present in your blood. The blue color of your veins is just that, the color of the vein tissue. If someone persists, ask them what color the blood is when they have it drawn, because it's not in contact with the air. Hint, it's red.
That the earth is flat.
You only use, insert percentage, of your brain.
That their race is superior. That politicians and religious organizations have your best intentions in mind. They don't. They have their own.
That Newports have fiberglass inside their filters.
That all LGBTQ+ people dress gay, or are visibly distinguishable from the rest of society, or have to talk a certain way. The reality is everyone probably walks by multiple LGBTQ+ folks on a daily basis and never have a clue. Because we aren't obligated to out ourselves to the world.
People didn't smile in old photographs because the shutter speeds were too slow. It was never that slow. Even early on, a portrait took only a matter of seconds to expose. People didn't smile in portraits because it was unfashionable to do so at the time. That's it. Nevertheless, there are many examples you can Google of people being caught smiling, but these would not be the shots chosen to hang on one's wall.
That shaving hair makes it grow back thicker.
Communist regimes in China, and USSR previously, care about workers.
That chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Seriously, how fucking stupid do you have to be? That your blood is blue.
That the coronavirus is extremely lethal. It causes minor lung infections and in some rare cases, like most diseases, become lethal.
It's illegal to turn on lights in your car.
That the Earth's different countries are still divided by a huge gap between rich and poor. This was in 1960. Nowadays the majority of the population has left absolute poverty behind them and live in the middle between extreme poverty and wealth. Understanding this is important because it reminds us that there are still financial inequalities in the world we need to fight, but it also reminds us of all the progress we have achieved. Source: Hans Rosling's book Factfulness, https://www.jasonhickel.org/blog/2019/3/17/2
That depression is just being sad or being down, and that someone with depression can just stop being depressed anytime.
That women can multitask better than men can. No, they can't.
That I'm younger, older than you, so I wouldn't understand.
Fire sprinklers. They don't all go off by pulling a fire alarm, they're individually heat activated.
You can be anything you set your mind to.
That because wrestling is predetermined everything is fake and they never get hurt.
That their success is due to their own efforts. Ignoring the importance of luck, of being in the right place, at the right time, with the right people.
That cutting hair makes it grow faster or more. That their religion is the correct one.
Rich people can be trusted to distribute their wealth. That Brexit will be brilliant for the people of the UK.
That giraffes exist.
Assault rifles are used in a very large number of homicides and need to be banned. 1. An assault rifle is select fire, and is capable of burst or fully automatic fire. No firearm capable of such, produced since 1986, is legal to own. Assault rifles are already banned. They mean assault weapon. 2. Assault weapons are not capable of burst or automatic fire, and are classified as such arbitrarily based on cosmetic and or ergonomic features, because they look scary or are similar in appearance to actual assault rifles, despite functioning differently. 3. Every year in the U.S., there are more homicides committed with personal weapons, fists, feet, etc., than with rifles, which is all rifles combined, not just scary black rifles. Most gun homicides are in fact committed with illegally obtained handguns, not lawfully owned scary black rifles. 4. Any sort of rifle ban, because it bans something used in a comparatively tiny minority of homicides, will have a negligible effect on homicides.
I'm not good at math, so I will say all math myths are stupid.
That blood is blue in your veins but turns red when exposed to the air. Total bullshit. Blood is always red, it just goes from dark crimson to bright, almost pink depending on how much oxygen is present in your blood. The blue color of your veins is just that, the color of the vein tissue. If someone persists, ask them what color the blood is when they have it drawn, because it's not in contact with the air. Hint, it's red.
Vaccines cause autism.
We only use 10% of our brain and any sort of believe in learning styles. Both bullshit.
That old people are smarter just for being old.
Goldfish have short-term memory. Actually, goldfish can remember things up to a year.
Gun control means banning guns. No, it means making it harder for people who shouldn't have guns to get them.
That climate change is fake, or that humans can't influence it. It's real, people, and we do take care of the planet. We only have one, that Satan, or the devil, is mentioned in the Bible. There are references to a dragon or serpent in parts of the Bible, for example, Genesis and Revelation, but neither of them is called Satan or the devil, and neither is described the way that the devil is in popular culture.
The earth is flat.
That people constantly die waiting to get into the air, or that you would have to wait for hours if you had gotten shot in countries that have some form of universal health care. Fact is just many if not more people die waiting in American hospitals as Canadian or European hospitals. And all hospitals follow the rules of triage, so gunshot wounds would go to the front of the line and be seen as soon as humanly possible.
Spot reduction of fat. People think that doing sit-ups will burn fat around your belly area.
That the current US president is a stable genius.
Leaving a fan on while you sleep will kill you.
She can't get pregnant if she's on top. Or a man can produce female offspring if his mother has had 2 or more white teeth. Most of the people believe that teeth should be pure white naturally, but they should be a little yellow, but I don't know if this is really true.
Trickle-down economics.
Vaccines are harmful or cause autism. Farting on a baby while giving birth makes it good at dancing. Snakes will chase you and bite you. Opossums have rabies. Pigs are dirty. There's tons of misinformation about animals.
Pit bulls are innately evil. No people, they just have bad parents.
That if you put a frog in tepid water and slowly raise the temperature, the frog won't try to escape and save itself when the temp gets too high. Great for illustrating certain points, but completely untrue.
That it's the other guy's fault.
A man earns more than a woman for the same work.
That Epstein killed himself.
Hard-working, honest people get rewarded. The harder you work, the more money you make for the owner's son.
Sugar makes people hyper.
The gender pay gap in the United States.
If you earn more and it pushes you into the next tax bracket, you can end up making less money. Cool math shutting down.
A Planck minute is greater than a normal minute.
I wish this were true. I'd shave my head every night.
But this is half true because hair naturally tapers out, but when you shave it, the thicker base, as it moves out, gives the whole thing a thicker appearance until time thins it back out again. Also, it is known that stress against skin releases tryptosone, one of the body's sex hormones that prompts hair growth, among other things, meaning that a poor shave can actually improve hair coverage. Source: I made all that stuff up, it only works with the type of hair you don't want to grow. Pretending to not care won't work either.
Dad always warned me about this. Been shaving for over a year now and haven't noticed it being any bigger.
I feel like maybe this came from the fact that people usually start shaving before they're completely through puberty.
Correct. His work ethic was spotty. No less than is typical for a teenager, at times, but he always made decent grades, and by the time he was 15, everyone could see that he was brilliant. Also, he wasn't just a patent clerk in Switzerland. That was a highly prestigious job, back then. It wasn't academia, but it had gravity.
Pretty much. One grading system was ranked 1-6 with 6 being the best and the other one had 1 as the best.
He was alive at the same time as Ripley, believe it or not? Damn.
Good grief, I can't listen to people who say this is true. The worst thing is, my teacher in elementary school thinks that humans only use 10 to 15% of their brain, and the reason Albert Einstein, for example, was super smart is that he used about 30% of his brain. The biggest amount of bullshit I've ever heard, and the person saying it is a science teacher.
Wasn't there a movie with Scarlett Johansson about this? Some of the ones I know do.
I think we only use 10% of our hearts.
It doesn't even make sense if you stop for a second and think about it. Why would we spend an insane amount of energy and resources creating brain matter ... just to not use it? As someone who worked retail, 10% is too high.
Thank you for watching. We publish amazing Reddit stories every day. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to keep the dog smiling.